Good afternoon, listeners, and welcome to Family Forum. I'm your host, Marisa Wellick. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Frances Sperling. Dr. Sperling is a psychologist at Central University, and she's writing a book on the subject of birth order and personality. Dr. Sperling, welcome. Thank you. To begin, what is birth order? Birth order means your place or your position in the family compared to your brothers and sisters. If you are the oldest child, the youngest child, or somewhere in the middle, or perhaps you are an only child with no brothers or sisters. I see. Why is birth order important? Well, research shows that our position in our family often have a big influence on our personality. There are certain characteristics that they are common for firstborn children, middle children, etc. Can you give us more examples? Of course. Let's start with the firstborn child, the oldest. Firstborns firstborns are usually serious, responsible, and organized. They are natural leaders. Why is that? Maybe because in many families, the oldest child helps to take care of the younger ones. Also, in many cultures, everyone expects the first child to become the head of the family someday. That's interesting. I'm the oldest child in my family, and you just described me perfectly. Let's talk next about middle children. Tell us about them. Um, that's interesting. And the oldest child in my family. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Um, well, very often the middle child is the family peacemaker. I mean, if there's a problem in the family, they try to fix it. Also, middle children are very social. Their friends are very important to them, maybe because middle children don't always feel very special in their families. And what about last-born children, Dr. Sperling? Last-born children are very sweet and loving. They enjoy touching and hugging. They can also be very funny. Since as the last child, they have to work hard to get attention, especially in a big family. There's one type of child we haven't mentioned, Dr. Spelling, and that's the only child. Oh, yes. Well, only children are very comfortable around others and they are very verbal. You know, they talk a lot and they know a lot of words. That's because their parents are always talking to them. I see. Well, Dr. Sperling, I have one more question. These personality characteristics, how common are they? I mean, for example, are firstborn children always leaders or are only children always verbal? Of course not. Research tells us that these characteristics are very common, but every child is different and every family is different. It's true that our birth order influences our personality, but other things like culture, gender, I mean, boy or girl, family size, and our life experience are also important, maybe even more important. Thank you for listening.